Hello coders, good afternoon. I hope this is coming through all right. I've got a new microphone and also I have a cold. So I'm probably sounding a bit weird anyway, but I do hope the microphone is set up and working all right. I'm going to try and attempt to finish this PHP logging course today. We have one lesson left, lesson number 10. Lesson number 10, if I load that up and get into code window, there we go. This is all about handling redirects and handling how basically turning the index page into like a switchboard. So checking whether you're logged in, and if you are, then moving you on to the dashboard. If you're not logged in, moving you on to the login page. So the index page is a bit like a switchboard, I guess. Here we go, in that sense. So like the other, and this is the last lesson in this thing. It feels like I've been doing this for ages, but I haven't been streaming for the past 3 weeks because of this annoying cold that I have, which is probably why I sound a bit weird. So apologies if I'm coughing and spluttering everywhere. This is probably the longest I've actually spoken for in a while. Right, so what we've got here is parallels as usual. This is an example of logging in with this user, How to Code Well 2, and we have this this dashboard here. So if I was to come out of this, you'll have to forgive me. I haven't done this in a while. There we go. So if I came out of this, refresh the page, that should kill it now, he says. Yeah. All right. So if I was to load that back up again, and then go to the index page, it goes to nothing at the minute. So we wanna alter that so there is an index.php page, which then has the ability to discover whether we're in a session or not. I can go to login.php, right? We can get to this point, and we can fill this out using the creds from that we've created here. So we tried the How to Code Well 2 here. So let's do How to Code Well 1. So let's log in with this dude, and then once we're there, we can hit login, and this has actually logged us in. But because we haven't dealt with the redirects yet, it's just gone, we're on the login page. If I hit dashboard.php, we get this. So this is our dashboard specifically for our user. So the previous example I showed you was for How to Code Well 2. This is How to Code Well 1. But you can see where the disjoint is, this fact that we can't actually go automatically be redirected from the login page to here. Also, another thing we don't have is the logout page. If I was to go back to login.php, that clears the session. And if I was to log in again with How to Code Well 2, I forget the password. Whoa, that's going to screw all sorts of stuff up. There we go. And log in there. Again, we've logged in. It's come back as a 200 OK, but there's no redirection. If I go back to the dashboard, dashboard.php, we get this. So this is the user How to Code Well 2. So this is this dashboard. This all works because of the session stuff that we did last time. But what we haven't got is the fact that we're not redirecting from the login page to the dashboard. We don't have a log out, and also when we get to the index.php page, which is here, that it doesn't do anything. So what we're going to do today on the last lesson is go through the intelligence of that, the intelligence side of this. So, excuse me. And what I'm going to do, as always, is go through this line by line, copy and paste all the code as it goes, into our parallels thing here. This then helps prove to me that this project works on Windows. I say Windows, it's WSL, but whatever, WSL, yeah. But you know what I mean. So a person with a Windows machine can use this. And then once that's done, we can then close this course off, and then I can, once my voice gets better, God knows how long that's going to take. I totally lost my voice like a couple of weeks back. It just went. I literally had to take days off of work. That's how sick I was. It was not COVID. I was tested and all that jazz, so that's fine. I think it was like laryngitis or something weird. My voice just decided to go goodbye. But anyway, once I sound less like a character from the Muppets, I'm going to then record this as a video course, lesson by lesson. So this is really me practicing, going through the documentation, making sure that that's all lined up, wired up. So anyway, enough speaking, because I can't really talk that much. So let's go through this. So lesson number 10, handle redirects. What you'll learn is to redirect HTTP requests using the PHP header function and how to clear PHP session data. All right. So we create, the first thing is to create the index page. Again, this is something that I just mentioned. Then we're going to log out. Then we're going to redirect the login form. Then we're going to create a logout link, and then we're going to try the application out. Right. Let's start by creating the index page. So this is why I haven't been doing a podcast either, because I don't want to cough down people's ear holes when they're listening. Apparently I will be doing one this week. Right, the index.php page will be the first page that users access, that a user will access when reaching the website. Okay, yes, that's true. It can be used to control where the user is redirected to. Okay, if the user has logged in, if the user has already logged in, then the user should be sent to the secure dashboard.php page. And we're going to do public, because we're coming from the web root. If the user isn't logged in, then they would be sent to the public login.php page, basically what I've just described. So these notes that I'm going through here, and I'm sort of tidying them up a bit, this is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a script, but it's going to be what I'm going to be using to sort of help me talk through the video lesson at the time. And it's also going to be what I'm going to use to help demonstrate on the video. So here, create public index.php with the following code. So at this point in the video, I would be literally typing this out. But what I'm going to do is just copy this. So we want to get to index.php. Now this is in Mac. This is Macland. But we want to get into the, we're doing this on the Parallels box. So let me kill this a minute. Get out this web server. And then we want to get to public index. So first of all, I don't know. Do we actually have that? I don't know. It's been a while since it's been literally weeks since I've done this. So what have we got in here? We've got, no, we don't have index.php. Okay, so that was correct when it says create the file. Yeah, create. I can do create the file with the following code. Okay, so we're going to just grab all of this, including the PHP open tag. And I'm just going to do a nano of public index.php. And we're just going to paste that in. There we go. So we start the session. We require we require common.php, and we're checking the function that we've created before is logged in. And the point here is that we redirect to the dashboard if that's true. If not, we redirect to the login page. So, okay, two redirects are needed. The first will be called when is logged in is true. Okay, so as PHP will redirect and stop the flow to the, okay, no. Okay, let's get rid of this. Right, PHP will redirect and stop the flow of the, yeah, that's correct. PHP will redirect and stop the flow of the application. The second redirect, okay, this is where I have rushed through this, I think. And I need to make it sound better. Two redirects are needed. The first will be called when is logged in is true. Okay. This will... What was I trying to say here? This will redirect and stop the flow to the application. The second redirect can be called outside the if block, and this will send a user who isn't logged in to the login page. Okay, I can probably type that a bit better. Okay, so the first will be called when is logged in is true. This will redirect the user to the secure dashboard. If the user, okay, I'm basically saying the same thing but in different ways. If block, right. So the first will be called when is the redirect is true. Okay, this redirect will redirect the user to the secure dashboard. Okay, if this is not true, okay, let's be a bit more concise there. So if the return of I haven't used this keyboard in ages. Right, if the return of is logged in is not true, then the user will be redirected to the to the login.php page. To the login page. Boom. Okay, so what's next? The header function is used to send a raw HTTP header. Passing a location will cause the PHP page to redirect to the new location. It's good practice. It's good practice to terminate the verb practice. Oh, for God's sake! It is good practice to terminate the PHP process by calling exit straight after the header to ensure that no other PHP code can be executed. Okay. Can we do stop? No. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there must not be any output above the header function call. This includes HTML tags, blank lines, or other output. The common.php file include the included Here we go, that's better. The included file doesn't have any output, so the header function can be called. Okay, fine. And I'll explain in the video why that's a bad idea. Update public.php index with the header function calls. All right, so I'm just going to grab all that again, and we're just going to get rid of all of this jazz. Oh man alive. Right, paste that in. Boom. Good stuff. And then come out of that. Help mode disabled. No. Save to buffer. Yes, please. There we go. Okay, so logging out. There is currently no way of logging out of the application. Create public.php. Create the file. Public logout.php. And start the session before requiring the common.php file. Is it required? I am requiring it. Yeah. I've used the word included, the required. Up here, I'm sure I've used the word included somewhere. This will cause the included. Yeah, the required. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do is build another file called public logout.php. Okay, cool. So I'm going to grab that for a second and then do a nano of logout. Good stuff. And then what we want to do is copy that again back in here. Boom. And then, okay, this file will need to call a function called logout, which will remove all the session data. Create a new file, a new test file called logout test with the following test. Create a new test. Create the new test. Create the new test. And this is going to be in tests. So I have the actual project here for reference. This is in tests, logout test. There we go. So this is outside of the, still inside the project, but in there, tests with an S. All right. So what we're doing is we're creating a test file that has, we're calling logout. This test ensures that after logout is called, after the logout function is called, the session variable is empty. After running composer test, that should be test unit, I believe, you should see a similar error. Okay, so let's do that. So we've created this. I'm starting to think maybe we should move it around a bit. Let's first of all, let's create this failing test. Let's let's grab that for a second, because this is just doing that, isn't it? It's not actually helpful. It's not actually doing anything right now. So let's just do a nano of, oops, of that, and copy this and paste that in there. There we go. Thank you. Yes, I do want to save it to the buffer. And then we want to run composer test unit, I think. Let's try it. So composer test unit like that. So that should run our tests, and then we should get one failing test. We're good for time. Oh, I don't like it when it hangs like this. There we go. There we go. We still got an error. And the error is call to an undefined function test function test logout. Okay, so this test ensures that that after the logout function is called, the session variable is empty. After running composer test unit, you should see a similar error. So failed asserting that test is null. What? This is a failing because the user key of test has, whoa. Hang on a minute. That's, so I've, wait. Log out. So this is a different failure. Okay. Test user key. Right. So, okay, I'm going to need to sort of tidy this up, I think. Let's grab that. How much of this do I give away? It was here. And it's that. Create a function logout in comment.php. Right. After running composer, you should see a similar error, and we'll put that down in here. Okay, so this is due. This is because this is failing. Because the logout function does not exist. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to just move things around. That goes there now. Right. Okay. Create the function logout in common.php, and we're just gonna return null, or just return. It needs to return void, so that's it. Right. So we're going a little bit off piste here, but let's just try it. So nano common, that was a bit loud. Common.php. Sorry about the coughing. And we want to create, we want to just dump this method, this function, down in here. And I'm going to rerun the test unit again. Failed asserting that an array is empty. There we go. That's failed asserting that test is null. Okay. I want to try and get somehow to this test. I don't really understand how I managed to. Nah. Failed asserting that an array is empty. Oh, okay, because that's the array. That. Okay. All right. Let's just go back to the thing here. All right. Let's grab that. Copy. Is that actually copying it? Thank you. Right. Okay, so there was one error and this is failing because the function doesn't exist. Create the function logout in common.php. Rerun composer test -unit, like so. And it's Okay. Rerun composer test unit, and notice the asimilar error. Asimilar error. Okay. Right. Then we go. This is failing. This is failing. Right. Scroll down. I just want to double check something. That's when we do the logout. We're putting in the inset. We then call the function on logout.php. Yeah. Okay, so that brings it all back together. Okay, this is failing because the session variable the session array still contains the user key element. To remove this element from the session, adjust the logout method in common.php to remove this element from the session, adjust the logout method in common.php to unset the array. Right. I can't spell. Okay, so basically it's that, isn't it? It's that. So we want to put that in there, like that. There we go. Right, so now in our in here. Oh, I missed the IDEs. It's a good job this isn't a big project. Let's unset. Basically copy that. Paste that in there. Oh, nope, that didn't actually paste. There we go. Okay, right. That'll do. Now let's rerun test unit. And what this should do is it should unset the user key, and the test that we've got here is to check whether that is empty or not. So we set it here, and then we hit logout, and then we run that. So yeah, they've all passed. That's all good. So at this point where we rerun. Okay, so at this point we can then say rerun composer test unit, like that. And all the tests should pass. Cool. All right, so I'm not sure where I got this failure from, but anyway. Okay, this unsets all the data stored in session. Well, it doesn't. It only unsets that one key. This function unsets the user underscore key stored in the session variable. Variable. Still can't spell it. Which means the user is no longer logged in to the application. Okay. Rerun. Okay, fine. Done all that. Right. Call the logout function in logout.php under common. Now, do I want to move? Because I've kind of up here. I've gone create this file and just require this, but then don't do anything with it. So I think what I'll need to do is, yeah, we can take it from there, I reckon. So, like, there is currently no way of logging out of the application. Create a new test file to test that you can log out. Okay, that's kind of makes sense. And then down here, we do the unsetting of the stuff. There we go. So we can put it around here, I think. So create the file public logout and start the session before acquiring common.php file. Okay, let's get rid of that. Call the logout function in public logout.php under the like that. So we want to grab that and we want to open up not this, that's the wrong file. We want to open up public. Wow, that's loud. Log out. I need to adjust the levels. Paste. All good things. Okay, so after the session data has been removed, the user needs to be redirected back to the login page. So let's do public page. Okay, to do this, use the header PHP function. Add. Huh? Right. Add the following after. Okay. Let's get rid of that for a second because that doesn't make any sense. Right. Okay. Add the header redirect after the logout call in public PHP. Okay, so we want to copy this and again go back into there and under this paste this in. It's all good. So this is now going to do our redirection back to the index.php page. So here we're saying log in via the form and manually go to logout.php in the browser. So you should be redirected to the index.php, which should then redirect you to login.php page. Okay, yeah, because we did the index.php page earlier. So let's do that then. Let's spin up the local server. If I can find, just pressing up, or am I going to have to do this myself? Nope, there we go. So we want to get to, first up, we need to log in, right? So let's go to login.php and log in with a user. I cannot for the life of me remember what the password is. I think is it test HTCW? Yeah. All right, let's log in with this dude. So we've logged in. So now if we go to dashboard.php, we've got the dashboard. But now what we want to do is get to logout.php. Now what this should do is it should clear our session and it should take us straight back to the login page. Because what we've done is essentially, well, when we hit log out, this is in the Mac now, but we said we're going to hit log out. Log out is going to clear this, unset that session. We're then going to redirect back to the indexed PHP page, which is here. And then we're going to check if it is logged in, and checking if it is logged in checks whether we've got the user key or not. And so if it is logged in, then we go up to the dashboard.php, and if it isn't, then we go to login.php. I think, let me just, yeah, so fingers crossed if this is all wired up. Oh no, we've got a failure. Session require common logout header location exit. What? Did I not include the PHP tag at the start of that? I need to go back into Parallels. I don't think I've added the... No, I haven't. What an idiot. When I is this just a copy and paste error? Let me just double check. You idiot. You copied all of that and you didn't put in... There we go. That's better, isn't it? Right. That is me being super tired and just forgetting. There we go. Right. So let's spin up the box again. And let's try this again. So let's go to login.php. Right. Let's log in. And I'm not going to remember the password. Paste that in, hit login. So we need to have a redirection there, obviously. But if I go to log out now, well, let's just make sure. Let's go to the dashboard. Like that. Right. So I want to go to log out. Now log out should take me to the index page, which then should redirect me on to the login page. Yay! So I'm now totally logged out. So if I go to the, I'm just wondering if I go to the dashboard.php, it can't. I can't spell it. That's why. Yeah, user is not logged in. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. So what we need to do then is go down to the next part of this, which is in lesson 10. Yep. So we've all done all this. This is all good. Yeah, we've all done. Okay, login. So login via the login form. And then manually go to logout.php in the browser. You should be redirected to the index.php page, which should then redirect you to login.php page, which I've just demonstrated. Okay, so now the next one is to redirect the login form. So adjust public login.php to redirect the user to the secure dashboard.php page. So public after a successful login. So this is the step that we've been missing all along. The whole, like, you've logged in, so now move along. So it's this that we're missing here. Excuse me. So I'm going to copy this. Probably need to copy that, to be fair. Let's get into login.php. There we go. So we're checking whether or not the user key is not null, and if it's not null, then we add that to the session. And now what we want to do is redirect to the dashboard, which is here. Else we want to display an error, which is done. So let's do that. So under this, we want to paste that in there. It's the same deal here. And then we want to come out of this. And now the next one is to create a logout link. So well, maybe I should say try and do this in the thing, and you should be yeah, okay, maybe I should do that because I'm just jumping ahead here, aren't I? Okay, so in the browser, log in with a user via in the browser. The user should now be redirected. No, that's not. I'm not telling them to do something. Log in with a known user. Okay, log in with a known user. So after logging in with a known user, you should now be redirected to that user's dashboard. Let's try that. So let's spin that up again. So now what we want to do is get to the login.php page, and we want to log in with someone. I'm going to log in with a second one because I've been doing 2 all this time. So there we go. Paste that in, hit login. Now we should automatically be redirected, which we are, and we get this whole save password rubbish. So let's get rid of that. We don't need this. It's only because I'm using Edge. I think this is Edge. Is this Edge? I don't care. It's something. Microsoft Edge. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, that was the login. That was the redirect that we've just done. So that's cool. So the next part is the logout part. Is that right? Creating a logout link. Let's have a little look. Lesson 10. Okay, after logging in with a known user, should be redirected to the secure dashboard. Woo! Okay, next one. Create a logout link. So we in public dashboard.php add a link to logout.php in the header HTML element. Okay, here we go. So we've got the username. I'm guessing this refers to this. So we want to have a little link here. Okay, cool. Let me get back to my IDE. So we want this, essentially. So let's go to, come out of the shell, go into here. It's log in. No, it's dashboard. And then down in here. Oops. I'm going to paste that in like that. Okay, so that goes to logout.php, does it? Okay, and that's a class of a button. All right, let's come out of that. It's all good. Okay, then we try the application. So now all the PHP has been created. Try the application and make sure it. I'm going to say now all the code, because we've done more than just PHP here. Now all the code has been created. Try the application and make sure it works. If you're logged in, then go to logout.php to start a fresh session. Hey, thanks for joining. in the 70 guided dog. That's a wicked username. Thank you for joining. Yeah, this is this course that I'm creating here. It's a fairly sort of, so I wouldn't say simple. It's just a sort of a very grounded sort of 101 of PHP and sessions. It's like one of the first things that people try and do when they learn PHP is like, how do I create a secure page? I mean, you could extend this to have like a database behind it. So our database is a bunch of configuration files, but there's no reason why this couldn't be extended to use an actual database with, you know, hashed passwords and whatnot. So yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I never really thought of that in terms of like directories and structures. So we've got the public facing directory where we have our assets, and just I guess you would, so this doesn't use a framework, but you would kind of class this as I guess roots, or I don't want to use the word controller, but it's kind of there, where you've got where I said the roots. This is kind of like, you know, the routing here, where it's checking whether if this is true, then you do this, else you do that, type of affair. And then, you know, in a typical framework, you would have, this would be your controller code, this would be your view code, and this would be variables that you inject down from the controller into the view. And then you would have your middleware, which would be well, I've just put it in common.php, so it's outside public, and this has all of your business logic in. So getting the username, getting the user key, checking whether you're logged in or not, getting the orders, again, this could all come from a database. Getting the user, again, that could come from a database too. And then here in your config, this is, I guess this could be classed as your model. So you've got your user config, you've got your username and your password, and then that would be your, like, the ID in the database. Same with the config of the user. That would be a foreign key connected to this particular order to this user. And then you would have probably another database table here of items, where you would have, you know, order items connected to this order, which is then connected to this user. But anyway, I digress. I purposely wanted to not include frameworks in this because I feel like there's a lot of people who'll go, oh, I'm learning PHP, let's learn a framework. Whereas there's a lot of skills and stuff to be actually to be grabbed from just doing this bare bones. I feel, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, like an MVC pattern, but just vanilla. yeah, definitely. I did on Twitch a while back. I attempted to create my own framework. That was fun. We actually got quite a way through it. I might rekindle that code at some point. Anyway, anywho, right. So, yes, the login thing, right? That's where we're at. Sorry, I'm my brain. Have we put this in already? I think we have. So yes, we have. So now we want to try out the application. So if you're logged in, go to logout.php to start a fresh session. From the login.php page, enter a valid username and password. You should be redirected to the dashboard.php, and you should see the user's order items. Now click on the logout link by the username. This should redirect you to logout.php, which should remove the session data and then redirect you to index.php page, which in turn should redirect you back to the login.php page. Full stop. Okay. If this isn't working, or if you have errors in the code, then run composer test. I'm going to say composer test to run all the tests, test scripts. Use the output to help debug the code. All right, let's give it a go. So we need to go to here. Well, we need to start the server up again. We need to get to logout. Well, we don't, because the sessions would have been wiped, but let's just follow the docs. So go to logout. So if you're logged in, go to logout.php to start a fresh session. From the login.php page, which we're at, enter a valid username and password. So we're going to just put in you, and we're going to put in, I totally forget the thing. It's not that difficult to remember, Pete. There we go. So we've logged in and we've redirected to the secure dashboard, and you can see that there's this hideous logout button there that I probably need to adjust the colors of. So if we hit logout, that should now take us to the index.php page, which then takes us to the login PHP page. So if I was to hit dashboard again, right, without a session, then we get the user has not logged in. So what we should do is we actually should move this to the login.php page when you've hit dashboard. So instead of saying user has not logged in, we want to fix that up. If we go to dashboard.php, where does that go? Login. So, okay, so that should have redirected us. Have I just not included this into the thing? Oh, great. I've got a parallels update jobby going on. Remind me later. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Right. Let me see. Have we not done this? This is on my Mac. So have we not done that? This is in dashboard.php, right? So let's just have a look. Ah, that's what we're echoing. That's what we're missing. So in the documentation, I've obviously either skipped something or I just haven't included it. Let's just go back to that's login.php. That is logout. That is logout. That's logout. That's still logout. That is index.php. Yeah, no, I haven't included it, have I? Okay, we're going to add another section into here called redirect logged out users from dashboard. Okay. Just going to copy that, paste that in there. Redirect. There we go, redirect. And we've got to tidy this up. From dashboard. Okay, let's make that. as a thing. That goes in between create and try. So somewhere down here. Yes. Here. Right. Boom, boom. Paste. Good. And then, okay, so if a user who isn't logged in goes to the dashboard, they will be faced with a message, user has not logged in. Okay. Okay. Instead of showing this message, redirect the user to the login.php page. There we go. So this will help with with the redirections. Okay, so in public dashboard.php replace the echo with the header redirect. PHP. Right. So we want to replace that with the actual redirection, which is on here. There we go. So I'm gonna just grab that and whoops. Get rid of all of this. Oh dear, I think I know what I've done. Let's just, that isn't gonna work, is it? Copy that. There we go. Come on. Great, this is the last thing I need to copy and paste, and there we go. Sometimes the comms between parallels and my Mac they have a little moment. Right, okay, so I think we're good, because if we go to lesson 10 here, replace with, okay, so I do need to paste that in. Where is it? It's here, staring at it. Lesson 10. There we go. Right. Okay, now try the application. Now the code has been created. Try the application and make sure it works. If you're logged in, go to logout.php to start a fresh session. Okay. From the login.php page, enter a valid username and password. You should be redirected to the dashboard.php, and you should see the user's order items. Now click the logout link by the username. This should redirect you to logout.php, which should remove the session data and then redirect you to the index.php page, which in turn should redirect you back to the login.php page. Also attempt to access the dashboard.php page without logging in. This in this case, the user should be redirected to the login.php page. Right, let's try that out quickly. What? No. I don't, go away. Right. Right, let's go back. Right, let's try this. So make sure everything works. Let's log in again. So let's grab those deets. So we want to log in here. That should take us to the dashboard. Then we hit log out. That should take us to the login page. We don't have a session, so if we go back to dashboard.php, we should be redirected back to the login page. Woo! Cool. And if we go to the index.php page, we should be redirected to the login page. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you deal with sessions. Awesome. Now there's a little bit of tidying up work I want to do, but I think I'm going to do this offline. I've got a feeling I think what I'm going to do if I'm up for it, on Sunday on Twitch, I'm going to probably dedicate the Twitch stream to just doing this flat out from lesson 0 all the way to lesson 10, just giving it a rinse, just making sure that everything is lined up nice. And then it's ready for me to go through each of the lessons and actually do the videos. And then once I'm 100% happy with it, I will tag this in Git, and then that will be an available project. My first proper available project for how to code. Well, no, it's not really the first one, is it? No, I shouldn't say that. I've done many. Anyway, whatever. I'm tired. Thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding. And I'm very sorry about my cold and the fact that I sound like a muppet. But I have a cold. Did I tell you? Happy coding, everyone. Have a great night. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.